So we have our dear brother Fatah, who is a practicing lawyer in England and Wales since 2009. Please welcome him with a loud salawat.
Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Firstly, I must say thanks to Imam Baqir Center's management, especially our Maulanas and our Muslim brother and the rest. They asked me, and it was pleasure for me to be here because it's not just a faith is the reason to be here, but it's my love to be here now, even just an ordinary person. These titles, they are nothing when you are in Imam Barga, when you are in center, but it's my privilege to be here and give some outlines how the trusts, how the charities, how these Islamic institutions are supposed to be working under the legal setup where we are living. England and Wales, I will request our participant to be please take the front seats. So if some people are coming late. So before wasting any more minutes now, I just need to clarify the trust which we are, I think most of our participants, they are somehow linked with or actively participating in the running a trust. What is a trust? Just very, simple terms, it's a legal relationship in which the parties which are involved, we got the donors, we got the beneficiaries, and the people who are receiving on behalf of the donors for the benefit of beneficiaries. So this legal relationship, as you are well aware, we've been coming across nowadays in very commonly every day. We are seeing the website of Charity Commission, which is the governing, which is managing these trusts. Charity Commissions Act, they have 2011, which they just updated that one. So it's very, I think, highly recommended especially for our trustees who are managing these trusts. They are fully trained, or if not they're trained, then at least they know what are the in and outs of the legal framework, how to run the charities, what are their obligations, what are their restrictions. So today I'm just going to cover my other, brother Owais is due to some reasons not able to come today. But I will try my best, inshallah, to give you as much as I can within 1 hour times. So,
sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, please.
Will you be only talking about the trust structure, or will you also talk about the charitable incorporated?
Okay. Thank you. Today, because of the time's limit, I've been just asked last, I think, I remember Sister, she was there. In Luton, I have very detailed, discussion, 3 hours, I believe. So that was a question answer as well, in which I laid down the procedures, how it works. But in today's, I think, is one of the primary important part of the running a trust is due diligence. So due diligence is because it's lacking in our Islamic centers. I'm straight away referring to those, our charity organizations, our trust. So I think today's more important point is, which we should, I think, discuss, that is the due diligence, which I've just noted few points. I'm very thankful to Maulana Kazim. He just took me upstairs because I did some legal work based on the papers. But having seen this building, they suggested, or not suggested, but they just proposed some ideas that this is what they are looking forward. Of course, we need to run when there is charities in the center. We need to think on how to get some revenue, how to generate some revenue to run such like big charities. It's here for the public, for our own community peoples, to serve the community. So keeping in mind the importance of such like center in the London area, I think is a very good idea which they propose to. They haven't decided yet, but this is I've just straight away pointed out that we need to take care of the due diligence. And what is due diligence? We need to take care of, for example, if we are buying this building, we need to look into the title of the property, who owns the property, is there any defects, is there any disputes? Then the most important points which comes to for our awareness and for our own things, I think is very crucial point is when it comes to the donors people. When they donate some money, that is it's look like very easy. Oh, they have given us charity. There is the money, cash money is being paid, bank transfer is done, we got this much donation. But the very important point, which I think we should take care of, is the source of that donation, where this money has come from. That is very important point. Because, because we need to be aware of nowadays what's going on in UK or all over the world, that my focus is only for UK law. So keeping in mind the importance of UK law, which is the Charity Commission, is governing body, who look after the trust. Consequences, if we breach certain laws, consequences are very serious. And I don't want that Imam Barga or our Islamic center, which is carrying names such like Imam Bakir alayhi salam center, Al-Qaim center, or name it, they become highlighted in newspapers. Because one of the biggest issue which I have seen, because as a legal background person, when it comes, it hurt me a lot, to be honest. I'm just little bit touching some emotional things. When it comes that institute, which is carrying our Masumeen's name, is highlighted. I know it's not going to touch the political background, but it's not nice that our names, our Masumeen's name, our institution's name, to be there because of certain controversies, some issues, some misrepresentation. But these are, unfortunately, I personally have seen those documents because I advised our own community members, trustees. When those issues came to me, I was really hurt when I said, no, it should not be there. And it was very straightforward. Basic procedure was available. We just need to take care of those things. For example, if I touch a few points, that due diligence, it's the crucial point is when the donor is coming to give us some money, we do know that straightforwardly that yes, because of the attachment, because of the link, because of the association with this. But we just need to take one step back and say, okay, hold on, thank you very much. We just need the background. What is the source of that donors? Where this money has come from? Whether it has come from sanctioned personalities, whether that money has come from sanctioned country. Because recently I was reading one of the news, it is going to become a case anyway. It's in criminal court. And the name was given. When I read the name, I just dig it out a little bit more. And it was not, the right point to if I say from this platform. So the primary source of the trustees is that they need to be aware of. They need to consult some peoples who are at least well equipped. If not well equipped, at least they have awareness. They are going to give us £500,000, £1 million, 25, 30, 40K. Straightforwardly, we need to complete the compliance things. We just need to take the passport. We just need to take the bank statement. We just need to see there is nowadays, it's much easier, I think. One thing is, which is known as AML searches. So straightforwardly, you can hire one of the companies, or if not, ask the professional, please conduct the searches. They conduct searches on the company, which is donating money to the trustees or to the trust, or personality as a person, individual searches are available as well. So that will give us at least to some extent, one protection. Number two, if we have all those things line up in our files, that will protect the trust from big challenges, calamities, God forbid, if it is challenged later on. So these are the few points, straight away, because of most of our participants, they are directly related to the trust, or their relatives are directly involved. So please just make sure whoever is giving money, we just need to take account of that things. Need to make notes and everything, make them in minutes. The trustees all should be on one page that this is going on. Another point, which is, I think, we can carry out the enhanced checks when the money is coming from overseas donors, the donation is coming from people, but they don't disclose their names, whether those peoples are politically exposed or not, highly risk people. AML checks, which is anti-money laundering, this is regime introduced by the UK. and in England, which is more, enforced here now. We need to look into those points, and then it comes to the financial record keeping, which is very crucial point. Whoever is receiving money, money is coming to our trust, we should have a mechanism. Proper mechanism means should be, for example, we have our trust account. How many trustees are authorized to authorize the check written, like writing a check, who is authorized or who is not authorized? Because I've recently, personally, I have conducted, even in fact, I've advised one of our trust. They had some issues, and the trustees' negligence caused the account of the trust was blocked completely. So they were helpless. They were struggling literally. So finally, we, after long conversation with the banks, Charity Commission, they asked, you need to take independent legal advice before we release the funds, before we take you guys as a trustee, because there was a dispute between the trust peoples. I'm not naming, but those are the live examples. I think I'm quoting all, whatever I'm saying today is the cases which I've conducted or came across. So that trust was closed, in fact. If there is no finances, it means the trust is being under radar of the government. So finally, they replaced, there was some internal meetings took place, resolution was passed, and eventually they replaced those trustees. Then they came to me, and then I conducted their independent legal advice, gave them my observation that directly to the bank. Then the bank is still now is in process. Hopefully, inshallah, they will replace those trustees, and the funds will be activated, accounts will be activated. Primary things, like I said, is the sources. You just need to verify those things. Be very careful, because money coming is always, everybody love it, that, oh, something is coming in, they are going to give us. But we just straight away, it should be in your back of mind, straight away click, what is the source of this person's money? What is his job? What is his ID? What is he doing? Why is he giving us that huge amount? So those searches will protect the trust eventually. Secondly, again, I'm going to repeat the first word which I did, because it's not belong to us, that money. Money is for somebody else. Money somebody else has given to us. And the crucial point is, when it comes, the trust name carry the name of Masumins. It's not just like one individual is affected, it represents the whole community, which professionally, to be honest, this is my weak point. When I see, it's hurt a lot. And if we take time, because they were going to publish their own website straight away. One of the trust, I'm giving you the example, is one of the trustee was using the trust money for his personal training. I'm not going to name certain more things because it's already reported, so it's confidentiality reason. He was paying the trust money for his own gain. For example, I can give the example, TV license fee was coming from that account. Personal one, not I'm saying the charity one. Gym fees coming from that trust money. And then few other things which things everybody is aware of, that what is the sole purpose of or objective of the trust. So whatever we are doing, whether we are going to pay the money to people, it should align with the constitution of our trust. This is most crucial point. I would recommend, advise all of you. It's not like very expensive. Even, some people who are volunteer, even they can assist, provided it's belong to our Asna Ashri Shia's, trust. So we need to have a look on the constitution. Whatever we are writing it down, when we make payments, when we hire services, when we going to invest in the same trust, we need to see the constitution terms and conditions. If it is not matching with the trust terms, then the trustee need to have a resolution, sit it down, try to bring the changes in the constitution, then implement their objective. Because if it is conflicting, somebody can report. I can give you one of the example. This is another trust case which I've done. It's belonged to our own, one of the Muslim communities one. They organize a seminar and that was on family law. I would love that one, because if our more speakers would have been here, because this is more relevant for them. And the speaker, what he did, he started discussing the family law issues, like which are, I'm not saying overlapping with the Asia, our South Asian, Indian, Pakistan, and UK one. Then in the same line, he just crossed the certain limits. That video got recorded. This is, a friend of mine, he is the trustee, and he asked me, so urgently, what we did, we need to write an response to the Charity Commission. So, but successfully, they managed to take the video off. Then how to justify that action? Again, we did our best to inform them. It was just like a mistake, but the trustee need to be very careful. When they are going to invite somebody in their trust, and the trust is a registered trust, they need to see what is the agenda, what is the topic, what is the mood on that trust. It's not just simply whoever is going to come and stand in the member and start saying something. No, every word is counted. You are being watched, you are being seen all over the world. So I would recommend, and I would suggest all over the trustees, that they need to be very, very careful, especially when they are inviting and what the speakers are going to say. One important point which is part of the trust is that the data protection one. I believe everybody knows, even without running a charity, all the professionals, whoever does, they need to be very careful of the data which they are collecting on behalf of the donors or their own people. So this is, straightforward things. I would again request and suggest professional advice should be taken when, for example, somebody is going to give us the charities, like I repeated again, the donor are coming, so need to take that one, because it's one of the small incident. I'm just saying small because Maulana Naqvi Sahib, he's sitting as well. So people come and they portray us. This is a weak point for everybody, for me as well, like I said. Because whoever is going to come, say Sayyid, Shia, and Masumeen's name, we straight away throw everything, say, there you go. So that is, to be honest, I think I must say, it's my weakness, by the way. I'm just telling you, I've been, I'm not saying robbed off, but even my wife, she comes to me and says to this, or karo ye kaam phir, or karo. So I'm just saying that I do out of my attachment, my love. I say, this is my weak point, coming from family to family anyway. So I gave one thing, then I realized, I said, no. Then I say, it's belong to Allah, no, Allah jaane aur wo. So please be careful. It's my as a humble request, apart from as a professional, it's a humble request. So please, when you are holding certain position in a trust, because money is involved, we are handling so many important things because it's come from, is a trust anyway. By the way, I'm repeating the word trust. So we do get dodged easily. They pretend, they come and they then take it off. This exactly happened in one of the case, but I'm not going to elaborate more than that one. He just portrayed himself as a big name and all the long name, like Sayyid started and end with Masumeen's connection. That is the weak point, which we've been, I think, the misrepresentation. It costed us a lot. So his request again is, take those things, symptoms like a signs, everything. When it comes to your own evaluation, collect those data, sit separately, analyze it, then politely ask the person, please, thank you very much for all this effort. We are obliged to look after the interest of the trust. Thank you. So it's up to you to accept or not accept. So it's very easy. Money is coming, so we are accepting and say without our record keepings. So this is crucial things. Again, like I said, financial due diligence. There are a number of them, and this is which I've just discussed. We are buying something for the trust. We need to look into whether that is reasonable or not. If it is expensive, going outside the budget of the trust, best thing is ignore that one. But if you have a plan, just like for this center, I just been shown by certain area by Maulana Kazim. I think it's very good idea to manage those one to run this whole center. Then again, question it comes due diligence. First and primary, I think, is the point. Due diligence is we need to discuss, or the trustees should discuss between themselves. Take some professional as well. What is the feasible option to run this certain portion of this center? Tuition center, whether we're going to run the gym or whatever is. Ideas are brilliant ideas, but we need to see the market situation. We need to see what is the best option which will not hurt the resources of the trust. God forbid if we launch certain things which we are not aware of. We don't know the ABC of that one. Unless there are certain people who are expert, who have some knowledge, if they give the feedback, some, you can say the exercise they have conducted and say, yes, this is the plan and this is where we can run. And it's not just for the day, that plan is for only for that day to launch it. We need to see for foreseeable future, 10 years, 20 years, but you do your best. This way we are protected. We can justify to Charity Commission that, look, we have conducted, complete our survey, our investigation, our discussions, minutes should be recorded. We are fine. Inshallah, should not be an issue. But jumping to the certain proposition or project which we are not aware of, we have no clue about that one, then that is known as negligence. Because the money is a trust money, they are very, strict. If it comes to their knowledge, somebody report it, we are not above the law, so we are account for. So we are answerable. So best thing is we just have our own sitting and then we decide, yes, this is part, we can run this small project. I can give you example of one of the church which is close to my office. The guys, they conducted that one first survey and then decided they are running now part-time in that church tuition center, which is the need of every family. I don't know it's for which classes, but they are running every day, daily basis, which is not conflicting with the timings. So our centers, which is mashallah, is in a prime location, plenty of space, accommodation-wise, parking-wise, I think is brilliant. So I hope, inshallah, we have a very good team. They will definitely look in these ideas and can further enhance this project. Important, very crucial point, which I must say in the end, I think it's not, we still have time anyway, that is the conflict of interest. What is the conflict of interest is? For example, if one person is in our trustee and he has his own business, it's no harm on having that business, but he's focusing more on his personal gain rather than on center. So he's trying to, promote his own business and things and then saying, using this platform, that is a big conflict of interest. It's not for the benefit, for the interest of this trust or any trust. We need to have look. Of course, in our community, people are professionals, they are skilled, they do provide their services. Some people are running their takeaways. Yes, of course, why not? They can help and come to support this center, and plus automatically they are linked, so we should look after those people. However, when it comes to the benefit of the trust or trustees, if it is going to damage or the reputation of the trust or the purpose of the objective of the trust, then I think we need to think 100 times, because we are not answerable to that. Maybe he's get upset, but we have a dual duties. First, the law. Second one is the above the law, even the same masumeens. So our primary objective is that when we are running a center, we come across so many conflicting things, which we do compromise certain level, try to accommodate. But when it comes to the reputation of the trust, I would advise that we need to be very, very careful, because I have seen those issues when they were reported on the website of charity commissions, because they don't see those things in the way we look into it. They come and say, this is the whole published story of that trust. then everything is become public documents. So nobody can stop them, because then it becomes in the domain of people. Wherever they are sitting, they can watch, they can look into that. So this is just a general view about the due diligence, which I must say for every center we need to follow. But those, I think it's another recommended that we should have 1 hour office in each big center like this, where we just write it down, certain rules. Even if it's a small center, our office should be one where we straight away ask the people who are donating small money is fine, that's fine. I mean, they can pay an account transfer, but certain things, tick boxes, we should be there. Just like in professionally, which I do, the first and primary thing which I take from my clients when they come to me, certain compliance papers. They make an excuse, but I say no, please, unless they are existing your clients or donors. But still, every transaction need to be recorded. When the payment is being made, that need to be recorded and need to be due diligence should have been taken. So this is how, I mean, it's smooth we can run a trust. There's no such like things to be afraid of, because rules are there. So as long as we are following, you are following rules, you are protected. You have recorded those things. If something, God forbid, happens, we can take our files and provide them that, look, this is what I have done. This is known as the reasonableness. We're not like, people who know somebody's mind, what is going on. Our duty is exercising due diligence, then reasonable your awareness. You just take that step and then take the case. Because in my field, we see different types of people, but we have to face them. We can't refuse them. We have to have those ones. Unless we don't have expertise, unless we don't have any mechanism in our office which can run. Like some people come for certain cases, which I don't do. I say no, plainly I request them that, sorry, but this is the website. You can go and find your suitable skilled people who will provide you the advice. So these are the few bullet points which I think is because of the 1 hour our session today, but I'm more than happy, inshallah, whatever I can do, I can more volunteer myself whenever this center MUS organize. It's pleasure for me to be there to at least play my role to justify in the hereafter, and remember me in your dua as well. So this is how, the trust things we need to run. I don't see there is anything, because I'm not going to open up the registration process, trustees' duties, they are too much, but I can, because of the time's limit, I've just discussed few points which are directly, I'm handling those ones when I see some case comes through, and then I advise them accordingly. So please, I hope if you have any questions, I'm more than happy. If it covers today's, if not, then I will look into it. If not, then I can provide the answer looking into it. Yes, please.
Thank you very much for that. Quite insightful. The checklist that you were talking about, is that readily available, or is it one that is specific to each person and individual, or a trust?
Okay.
Client's checklist.
Okay, it's a good question. I think it depends on, because money is directly involved, you can just simply, if it is routine payments, your members are there, they are transferring money, that's fine. But if they are giving you one-off payment, you're not aware of that people, you don't know about them, request them politely that please, because we need to provide to the bank, to the lenders or to the bank or the society, provide us please the following things. That is known as like a passport, you can ask them, because they might refuse. Why are you asking for passport? Because at least you know the ID of the identity of that person, or driving license. These are the two acceptable photo IDs. And sorry, I'm just wrapping up, thank you. So just you need to make those points, then you can request that please provide us the bank statement, because you have your own department in your trust which take those documents safely. Confidentiality, Data Protection Act. So you can't take something and divulge to the other people. So these are the few bullet points to be very, because it's flag up straight away. When person is coming saying, oh, 50K is available, I'm going to, so you'll think twice that, okay, thank you very much. Then slightly take some 10 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day take details, investigate, consult your professional peoples. They might help you, and then at least you will see better off. Okay, please provide the following, and these are our trust accounts details. They will transfer into that one. When the bank comes, Charity Commission asks, you can say, look, my compliance procedure, the following reasonable steps I have taken. That will protect you. That should not be an issue. Yeah. So there is no hard and fast rule if I say, because if you're asking me, I straight away check the passport or driving license, I check the bank statements, I take the address. So this is how, if there is a company, go to the company house, search, straight away it will show you the company's details, active, not active, resigned or abortive, whatever. Director search you can carry out straight away. Everything is available. I think so this is at least protect the trust now. Sorry. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, is there a threshold either below which we don't have to do an AML, maybe under donations under £10,000? Would you say that's reasonable? And donations above £10,000 should require an AML procedure?
Well, question is very good. I mean, this is commonly we see, but I would recommend we must have AML. For example, if, I mean, this 500, I think reasonable is £150, that is enough. 200, 300, that is, the people, they are working, they have employment, self-employment. So we can just match with those persons' status. For example, if a person you don't know the whereabouts and he's coming and saying, there you go, 10,000 for me. So then flags up straight away, So these are the things it's reasonable. It's up to common sense you can apply. And I think it's best to protect yourself, especially when you are in a trust and running Imam Bargah, mosque or trust or these things. So we just take the paperwork and make note that this is the day. Attendance note should be part of it, which is another, protection which protect you. If they come say, yes, this was the 1st of May, 10 a.m., this person came to my office. He provided A, B, C, D. I've taken these reasonable my care. Due diligence, then he's asked me that I will pay this money. So I've just given my these details of our trust. They transfer the money. If the amount is suspicious, nowadays the banks are very, very proactive. So they might call you or they might call the donor. So this is, yes, please.
Can a trustee remove himself out of his own choice and add a family member to replace him? And then the family member takes over the rest of the trustees and remove them without their permission and without their consultation?
I would, okay. Now you need to go back, please, to the constitution of your trust. What is written in the constitution? How to remove the trustees? If there is a set procedure available, I would recommend just follow that one. Because I can give you one example. Some of the trustees were playing up with the trust and they had some, misuse something. Then the resolution was, the members passed the resolution and the meeting was organized. They removed those trustees. They give implied consent. They were absent. You can serve the notice to the trustee that, please, this is the day we have fixed. We are going to decide about this replacement. And if they do comply, that's fine. If not, you should have the proper procedure which is written in your constitution of the trust. That how to remove the trustees, how to install or how to take the new trustees. So this is standard procedure. It should be part of the constitution. So when you are drafting the constitution of trust, need to take just care. Standard procedures are nowadays available. You can check. That will help you a lot.
Okay, we are family members of the trustee that have been forced to be removed from the trustee position. We don't have access to the consultation rules, regulations. क्योंकि हमारे बुजुर्गों ने ये सेट किया एक की डेथ हो गई है और 3 रह गए हैं एक में से sorry is it alright if I can speak in English?
जी बोल.
एक ने फैमिली को ऐड कर दिया वो फैमिली ने दूसरों 2 ट्रस्टी जो है उनको हटा दिया बाय फोर्स कोई रीजन नहीं कोई वजह नहीं तो हमें अब नहीं समझ आ रही कि ये हम कहाँ से स्टार्ट करें कैसे information
I think, yeah. Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, sister, she's rightly pointed. I mean, interpret. I can मैं mix कर लूँगा इसको उर्दू में भी. But the question is कि हमने इस चीज़ को कैसे टैकल करना है. आपने जो word use किया by force. By force means if I take legal term, by force means like something force was used. So I don't see such like things. Yes, इसमें क्या हुआ होगा कि they just okay. So what happened? Then again, you need to go back to the constitution of your trust. Okay, you must have that one. Whoever was the trustee, request them that please provide me the copy of the trust constitution. If the trust constitution is available, procedure is laid down that how to remove, how to replace the trustees. Everything should be there.
Suppose a friend of mine who I know personally has donated, for example, 10K. Do I still need to go for the background checks and ask for comply with the due diligence?
So the payment is made to the trust.
They have made payment to the trust.
Okay.
I know the person now, but we can't download. In that case, is it again mandatory on my part to ask him to go for the due diligence process by going for the background checks, by the passport?
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Good question. Brother just raised this one question, which I think I'm going to reiterate or repeat again. 10,000 been donated. Of course, the cause is the trust. The reason is purpose of so that should align with the objective of the trust. For example, if this is our center, its purpose is to enhance Islamic values, to serve the Asna Ashri community, education, plus other their things, or in poverty or in medical conditions, then of course you should know the reason of that payment, number one, whether it's your friend or family member. Okay, that's fine. But still, I would recommend that you must ask your friend that please, I know you personally, but don't feel like offended one. If you know the employment is working or not, no. So you are aware of, okay. But still, I think for safe side, it's no harm on it. Request them that please, I just need for record purposes. Even you can see the passport, note it down, give the original papers back. This is another option.
No way breach of data protection.
Data protection, okay, how it works. Data protection means that if you are authorized to disclose someone's information, this is not a breach. For example, if I'm a person, you are giving me authority that I should divulge or pass your information to certain departments for this specific purpose, then there is not a breach. How breach take place? Breach means without your consent, somebody is taking passport, put it on social media or something. This is a breach. But routine basis, just for your record purposes, that this is our record showing up. This payment was £10,000 was made. We recorded. This is the person's name. I've seen his ID. I've seen this person. We know him for such a long. He's our existing member of this one. Somehow you can rephrase those words just to make a record. So that's fine. As long as the lender, like the banker, if they say no, it's suspicious activity, then you can come and say, no, look, this is the person. We know him. He's our member. 10 years we know each other. He's working. He has given us the following things. Because one of I'm just quickly going to quote one case which I conducted. It was a bank, Lloyds was involved, payment was made overseas, is a huge amount, and they just hold that one. They were not releasing. So my client goes, I asked him to provide those things. Firstly, I contacted the bank asked me to please, this is the reason. I say, okay, what is your demands? How are you going to? They gave me the list of the papers to satisfy them. End of the day, that money is your money. They can't take the money straight away, unless it is known as proceeds of a crime. That's a different thing. I'm not going to discuss. Proceeds of crimes mean when the crime is involved, police has a jurisdiction. They can confiscate that money. You can't challenge it. For example, if they are raiding somewhere and they know the suspicious activities, they collect, they discover certain big amount, then this is known as, if they're linking up that one. If you fight the case, prove it. No, it's not proceeds of crime. It's from my employment. I'm working, I'm self-employed, then you can challenge those one. But But apparently, like in trust, you said it's safe. It's not that much to be concerned of. But it's big donations when it comes. And then without looking into papers, you don't know, people are transferring into, because how the criminal people are protecting themselves. I can give you another example. That example is, you can say, is a case, in fact. It's a factual. It's not just like any sort of example anyway, just for case purposes. That was a person transfer money into our account just to make it like white money, I would say, or to protect himself. Then he goes, oh, I forgot to transfer the wrong account. This is how there are so many financial scams are going on. So people transferring and you are not aware of. Yes, if is your person, you know him, just like I did, because he was my client, and I see you used it wrong. He used his friend's name. Then I straight away asked him, please provide your friend's details. So he complied with that one. So that's fine. But some people, they just transfer the money. Oh no, I'm doing for charity to get their own protections. That is wrong. So I think it's very reasonable, common sense. Every person can nowadays, they can exercise, they can protect oneself.
How long should we store the information for?
Okay. Again, question is it depends on, for us people, it's up to 6 years. We can keep the data. And then nowadays, we are destroying the files because it's very hard to keep the hard copies. Digitally, we're just protecting or saving certain things. But I think if it is not routine payments, no need to have those big files for sitting there, and you are not taking complete care of those data, like hard copies, passports, bank statements, address, etc., then it's recommended that you make it, scan it, copy it, digitally save it for your own, provided the money is big. But it's 400, 500, take initial instructions, and then you can be better off protected. Yes, please. Yes.
We were talking about donations being received by Imam Barkas. What about Imam Barkas' collection of sadaqah money that is then distributed overseas? Is there any restriction on where we can distribute it if we're looking to distribute overseas? And again, in terms of, I assume...
Thank you. Very vital question, very crucial questions. And this is very, I think, commonly been used in our centers, because we are seeing overseas certain projects. I think I just touched a few of points like education, poverty, medicals. Yes, if that project is part of your constitution, objective of your charity, and it is aligned and going to enhance your objective, of course you can. But what is the procedure? That need to be just again look into it. But yes, answer is you can. Provided they will ask you question that why you are paying to outside, UK. If you can prove that yes, that project is part of our trust, our constitution, objective of our trust, then of course you will be. But there are so many. In straightforward, it's not. There are so much, I think, regulations, compliance. We need to satisfy those ones. So I think it's better if we find other option which help us to transfer money outside. But yes, they are very strict in this one.
For example, our Imam Barkas constitution, I remember I read it a few years back, it was basically based on the propagation of Shia Islam, faith, and creating opportunities there. So if we are then going to support, for example, an orphanage or a widow centre in another country, that's not necessarily a Shia. It might be a Shia centre, it might not be. So that's why I'm just interested to know, could we support Lebanon? Could we support Gaza? Could we support South Sudan?
Well, then again, we need to go back to the constitution. If our constitution objective is aligned with the charity or the objective or the purpose, mission outside the UK, if it is aligned with this, linked with this one, then yes, we can justify or satisfy the Charity Commission's questionnaire or their questions.
There are many places within the UK to use our sadaqah money.
There are, yes.
There's not many, unless maybe I'm missing.
Well, I've seen some big charities, they are accepted by UK government. Sorry, brother, I'm closing. There are certain big charities, they are running these projects. For example, in Pakistan or in Lebanon or in Sudan, Africa. So those are, because they got infrastructure is so huge, their compliance is spot on. Government straight away, departments straight away accept them. They are, for example, trust, if you come to the trust, now there is a difference between trust and charity, like NHS trust, because this is the more high level, like settled trust. Their transfer of money is not going to be matching with our one. They straight away flag up or raise the question that how you are going to justify this one. So for us, if we have fully regulated our institution, I know its amount is small, but in your individual capacity, I think you might be better off, you can transfer them, that will protect you, that's fine. But when it comes to the trust, because they straight away say this is the trust money, this is the charity, and people are donating for the benefit of third party. So if that you can justify through your constitution, and the people who are present there, they are well organized, settled or managed people, this is fine. We can take those data, provide them, satisfy them. But in Pakistan or in Sudan, there is no such person. You are individual person is there, you are transferring, then it's very difficult. We can't. Yes, if organization, for example, in which is globally working, if you are aligned with them, then yes, you can pay. But if you trust them, this is another question. But I can't say everybody is going to look up Asna Shia, which is your point, is very valid point. One should be, this is primary duty. We need to look our community people. So, but it's compliance things, because they do raise questions straight away.
You're saying I have to link it back to the Constitution.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Then a second important question is, thank you, my time is almost going to be finished. And then it's organization. Whoever is outside, they need to be properly registered people. Sorry, brother, yours. Sir.
I just wanted to add to your comment and the sister's answer. So some countries obviously are sanctioned. So you cannot, for example, send money to Iran, for example.
Yeah.
That's very obvious. And for example, Lebanon, sometimes it's very hard for the banks to accept funds sent to Lebanon. So that is something that you have to consider. And obviously, as you mentioned, there has to be a registered charity in those countries and similar objects to what you have in the UK. So that ties up together.
Yeah, of course, I mean, you are right. Sanction institutions, personalities, countries. I mean, unfortunately, I cannot comment. We are well aware. If it's not been recorded, I would have said something, but unfortunately, it's very, hard, because it takes more, things to meet those requirements before transferring. So sanctioned institution, they are like law is available, personality, countries, and institutions. It's very hard, impossible. Rather than I say hard, but it's impossible to transfer money for those people. But there are other ways which you can, for humanitarian basis, of course, the whole objective is to protect the human life, institutions, education. Other options can be exercised. Yes, please.
Can the constitution change, rules, regulations change? So once it's said,
Your trust constitution? Procedure is there that how to change this one. You need to notify the charity commission. Then certain procedure is given in change it. You can insert new clauses, take certain clauses off, because if your objective is changed, you need to again go back to inform them this is now our goal.
the trustee.
Trustee is the main body now. Or if there are the members, it's again procedure is laid down. So the primary important thing is to establish a trust is the constitution. You should have the objective in mind. What is the objective? How we are going to run this one? What would be the name of that trust? So everything need to be firstly assembled well before launching your trust. Yes, please.
Yeah, regarding this question, the majority of centers are collecting the fitrana. Fitrana will not going to stay there. It has to go
Yes,
outside.
yes.
So, the centers are doing the same practice, like have a constitution and send the money outside.
Fitnana, just like sister mentioned about sadqat or other donation, it's still same thing. It's for us people or for other asnashri. As fitnana, it's a legal terminology we use. Of course, it's obligatory. I'm not going to discuss those, but it's a funds anyway, it's a money. So we cannot say that this is fitrana, the charity is authorized to send, no. So there is a mechanism that need to just be followed. So if individually people are sending, that's their own capacity is more straightforward. But if the charity like MUS, mashallah, inshallah, growing every passing day, they have more, you can say the due diligence, organization-wise getting better, then they will establish themselves in this society, under this law. So then they will say, yes, their activities, they are watching, everything, this is still is under their system now. So
They give Fitana to the center. There's no other choice on most of them. They come to the center first and
you can just write it down, note it down that this is a fitrana money, we have collected this Eid and this is the amount, and the people who are in Pakistan, this is for them, and we can just prove. Whoever is receiving money in Pakistan, that is another question which I think I linked with sisters one.
This is our centre's concern that we are worried that in some countries the money might not get to the people
Yeah.
who deserve it and might get misappropriated. So we are concerned about that. And you mentioned that we have to send it through a registered body in the other country.
To protect yourself. There are,
Going to the school,
exactly.
orphanage, or the
If there are certain institutions in Pakistan or India or anywhere, we can use them. But because I'm just giving you the trail of legal procedure. So individually, everybody is doing, like I myself send, like I know those people personally. So this is different procedure. As a charity, when you are sending is a huge amount, of course you are answerable. So you must have backup plan, how to justify that this is the organization in Islamabad, in Delhi, Bombay, or wherever. I've sent this money to them. This is their position in India or in Pakistan. So at least to protect yourself, not blindly sending somebody and that person is involved in, God knows, like a sanctioned person, institution. So this is nowadays becoming a very global issue. I hope, yes please, sir.
Just give an example, we just went through this. Your constitution should support overseas classroom. It doesn't support charity, takes an exception to that rule. That's one. Number two, you should do due
Diligence, yes.
to the overseas person, whether it's individual or institution, and you should have a full due diligence. There is a full set of requirements on due diligence on charity website. You need to make sure that is done before you will transfer the money. And it has to go through proper.
Yeah, of course, yeah, you're right, absolutely. International transactions they are very strict, to be honest, in everywhere. In our own profession, when we see insurer people who insured our companies, they just think, oh, you got more international, so then it's very hard. But anyway, for charity, mechanisms are there. We just need to take care of, follow that procedure.
it's a quick solution for sister if she wants. She can send us a Fitana or upcoming 20 years. They have the way of dispersing the amount. That's what we do. As I said,
Yeah.
we send to them.
Like I said, MUS is more organized now, getting inshallah better and better. So they got more mechanism systems that will help us to. This is, I think, one of the advantage. If we know our people trust, then exercise. So, both shukriya, thank you very much.